Hello everyone. So today we will see what is the difference between interfaces and abstract classes, and we will also see how to implement functional interfaces. So let's begin. This is my main class. I have implemented the main method. Let me create two interfaces and two abstract class because we will see how multiple inheritance also gets implemented. So I will name it as my interface 1. I'll create another interface. I'll name it as my interface 2. Then I will implement a abstract class. I'll mark it as abstract. My abstract class 1, and also my abstract class 2. I'll mark it as abstract. Finish. So we got it here, two abstract classes, two interfaces. So now let me go to my interface 1. Let me implement a parameter here. So if I say int I equal to 10 and one method void display interface 1. Okay, so let me tell you that any variable defined in any interface, by default the behavior of this variable would be public. It will always be public and it will always be static because we cannot instantiate an interface. So it is also always called by interface name dot the variable name, and it is always final. So we cannot change the value of this variable. For the methods, these methods are abstract. So no matter how many methods I define over here in the interfaces, all the methods are abstract. So this is 100% abstraction. Interfaces are 100% abstraction. We cannot define any body in the methods. We can only override them later and we can implement that. So I have so let me name it display 1 interface 1 and display 2 interface 1, just to recognize later which method is coming from this interface. Let me now I'll go to the second method and second interface, and I will have the same method, same format. So here I'll int j is value is 100, and I'll name it this as display 2 interface 1, sorry, display 1 interface 2 and display 2 interface 2. Now we have two interfaces. Each interface have different variable with a value and different methods. Now I will have in the main class I will implement interface my interface. It implements my interface 1, and I have implemented it implemented all the methods for this interface. So even if I will remove one, like we have two methods in this interface, we have two methods in my interface, but I will implement only one, it will give me error. So I have to implement all the abstract methods under an interface. Now I will create a reference here of my interface type. Interface 1 equal to new main class object. So I've created an object of main class of my interface type, and interface 1 dot display 1. So here I can print here that I am in my interface 1 method 1, and same thing I can mention here, my interface 1 method 2. Now you see we have got implemented both the methods, and here I'm calling this method. Now I'll just print here one more time two things. First, I will my interface one dot I. So to print the parameter variable, I don't need the object. I can directly call it. So variable value. Yeah, and this will print my. I'll put it after this. This will call my method. Let me run this. Let's see. So we got this. Variable is 10, which is in first interface 10, and whatever I've implemented in the methods, that is coming over here because I call both the methods here. If I call only one method, I can leave method as it like empty. That will also work. It will give me only like I this means that I want only one method to be implemented, the other I will leave unimplemented here, but I have to keep this as a like I have to override this method. I cannot remove this from here. So that is the that's the use of interface. When I know that I'm going to implement the interface, I have to make sure I'm overriding or implementing all the abstract methods of that interface. This is the first feature of in my this is the first feature of the interface. Now second feature is that in uh, Java, we know that there is no multiple inheritance, but by using interfaces, we can somehow implement multiple inheritance. How? So, like right now, we have two interfaces. I can implement both of them together. You see, I can implement both the interfaces together. Uh, but I have to make sure that I have to implement all the methods, all the abstract methods of both the interfaces. So you see, these two interfaces, these two methods are from interface 1 and these two methods are from interface 2. So irrespective of whether I will use them or not, I have to implement here all the abstract methods. Now, the same way, I will create the object of interface 2 and I will print, I will call the, okay, I will mention here, I'm in the interface 2 method 1, and this one here it says I'm in interface 1 method 2, and here it says I'm in interface 2 method 2. Now I've implemented all four, so it's like we are combining all the abstract methods defined in these two interfaces. So this is a combination of the super class of two super classes into my main class. Now I can mention, I can call here all the methods. So this is this, and the second two methods also I will call. So this is our second feature, multiple inheritance, how to implement in Java. And also I can print here variable for my second interface. So this would be variable from my interface 1 and variable from my interface 2. So we have combined all the methods and variables here. See, from 1 this is printing and from 2 this is printing. We have combined both the superclasses. Now let's go to abstract class. In abstract class, we can have a variable. First of all, we can have here protected, public or private, var equal to 100. Here one thing I missed is this one I should have done 2. this would print. Yeah. So now in my abstract class, I have a variable. I will have one method here, void public void display abstract class 1, and okay, so now you can see any method which I want to be abstract in abstract class, I have to mention it as abstract. Then only it will be considered as an abstract method. Otherwise, it is just an abstract class. Second thing, if I want to have a method without abstract keyword, then I have to implement that method here itself. So display to ABC1. So you see, it will not let me create it like that. So abstract keyword is important. Now I will add some value here, or some print. I'll print just sys out. So see, we have here a variable. This is not final. We can change it later. I will show you. We can change this variable. This is not final. We can change the package modifier also here, protected, private and public. The methods which we want to be abstract and we want to be implemented later, we have to mark them as abstract. Otherwise, if we are not marking them as abstract, then we have to implement that here. Now this method can be maybe overridden and may not be, because we have already implemented it. So now let's go to the abstract class 2 and let's do the same thing over here. I will just show you whether we can extend both the classes or not. So what is the difference between implementing two interfaces and extending two classes? Is it possible or not? So let's see here. I'll just have the same methods here. Display2 of ABC2 and display of ABC2. The value I have changed is like var2. This is 200. Okay, so we have two abstract classes now. Let's go to main class. Okay, first thing, I'll just show you one thing which you can try by yourself. After implementing the two interfaces, you can extend the class as well. Extends my abstract class, my abstract class. So you see, it is not letting me extend a class after I implemented the interfaces. So what you need to do, you need to extend the class before you implement any interface. So what is the name? Yeah. So you have to extend the abstract class first and then you have to implement the interfaces. Okay, one more thing, let's check. Can we extend two in abstract classes? No, we cannot extend two classes. We can only extend one class at a time. So we only have an option to implement multiple interfaces, but we can extend only one class at a time. Now what error it is saying? Again, we have to implement the unimplemented method. We have to add the unimplemented method. So see, we got only one abstract method over here to be overridden, because in this class 1 this we have already implemented. So this is not necessary to be overridden. We can do it, we may do it, we may not do it, but this class we have to override for sure, and we have to implement this class in our main class. So we got this method over here. I will just print a print statement here. So this is my, I'm in my abstract class 1 method 2. Is it method 2? Abstract class, this is method, this is my display method 1. So yeah, so we are good here. So now you can see we have we extended one abstract class, we implemented two interfaces, and we have to override all of them, all the abstract methods over here, either from the interfaces or from the abstract class. Now one more one more feature you can implement is, like, here we have two interfaces, so we can even have a hierarchy in the interfaces. So one interface can extend the other interface. So not this one, I'll go to my interface 2 and I will extend my interface 1. So you see we got we have extended my interface 1. Now we'll go to main class. Let me remove 1 because my interface 2 is already extending my interface 1. Now I will not create this instance also. I will not need to do this also. I don't need, okay, I'll remove this as it is. And I will remove, for now I'll just remove all of that just to show you what all methods will be needed. So you see I just extended one abstract class and implemented my interface 2. Now I will add all unimplemented methods. Now you see I am implementing only interface 2, but it is by default implementing the interface 1 methods also, because my interface 2 is extending my interface 1. So we have created a 3 level of hierarchy over here. You can print this. So this is coming from 1, this is coming from 2, and here I can actually again sys out all of them. So now we can see however we want, we can use these methods and implement, like use them. Okay, so we have got what are the different features of using my interface abstract class, and what is the combination of creating the hierarchies. Now one more feature in Java 8 which was introduced was functional interface. So let me create is my functional, okay, sorry, I have to create a interface, not class. My functional interface example for any functional interface, we have to mark it as functional interface. In this functional interface, I have this method void display functional interface. So this is I'll keep it as abstract. Then I will have another method void display functional interface 2. Now you see this is giving me error because I have to mark it as default. So this method we just define it as an abstract method, so we don't need to add any abstract keyword, or we like it is working. This method is as usual how we do it in interface, but this one we are going to implement the body as well, which is not a feature of an interface. So this is kind of a combination of interfaces and the abstract classes. So we can implement here, like I'm writing sysout just to check from where this method will be coming. I am in default method of functional interface, and default is an important keyword here. Now let's suppose I'm creating another utility method type, sort of. So static void display fi3, and this one also I can implement. I am in the static method of the functional interface. So now I will go to my main class, and along with all these things I will also create my functional interface obj new main class object and obj dot fi2, because I have three classes over here, three methods over here, 1 2 3. So 1 2 3. Now I'll go to the main class. It is saying I have to cast to this interface, and I will call this f2 and let me run this. So what it is saying, main class cannot be cast to. Okay, so first okay, let me first call the static method directly. I'll mark it as so, and I have to implement here my functional interface, and my functional interface dot. So static method I can directly call it first. So I don't need to print it like this because this is a method. Okay, so this is I called the static method directly. Now I also see this is giving me error because I have to add the unimplemented method. I got the abstract method over here, so I will add my sys out here as well. It says my functional interface method 1. So what is left out is my interface second method. So let's run this and see. So you see we got I am in static method, we got this one, but we did not got this, so we have to call this. Basically we have to create my functional interface obj equal to new names class and obj dot display app1 and obj dot display app2. So now you see, we got, first we got the static method because we printed over here. Then we got my functional interface method 1, which I displayed here, and this one is the method of default method, which is actually defined in the functional interface itself. We have not overridden this. So now you see, we have seen in this video how to implement abstract classes, interfaces, the combination of abstract classes and the interfaces, and functional interfaces lies in between abstract class and interfaces, which is a new feature came up in Java 8. So depending on our design or the requirement, in the hierarchy, what hierarchy we are creating in our packages or in our class, we can choose which features we want to have as an abstract class and which feature we want to have as an interface. So for example, let me just give you one example here. If let's suppose we want to have a car, like if I take an example of a car, so a car has a basic feature ABC, like we have accelerator, we have brakes, we have clutch. So this is a common feature of any four-wheeler. But what are the differences in each car? Their size, their you can say whether they are automatic or not, whether they are petrol or diesel. So each car has common feature ABC, but the other features are different as per the brand. So whatever brand is using, they are using different features, plus and minus. So so whatever are the common features ABC, we can make them, we can make them as a abstract methods in our abstract class. We can have that as an abstract class, because I don't want anybody to override my ABC feature. Everybody has to keep that as common. So I will keep that as my abstract class. Inside that I will have those my abstract methods, and rest of the features I will have in my interfaces as a skeleton or as abstract classes. And as the brands wants to implement, depending on their cost effectiveness, they can use those interfaces and implement in their classes. So it is totally up to a design we want to choose, but we should know what are the features and what are the options to implement them. I hope this video is helpful. If you have any queries regarding these three features of Java, please put your question or any use case into the comment section. I will try to answer. Thank you so much.